So today was a great day. Got to interact with a lot of funding sources here in the Midwest. In the room were angel investors, there were venture capitalists, there were private investors, and it was a really just great networking experience. And they were really looking at entrepreneurs and startups and opportunities here in the Midwest. And one thing that was great was you're sitting in this room and some of the people are the employees of these companies, and other ones were the actual guys with the money, the millionaires and the billionaires who put their money on the line to invest in the opportunities that were out there. They were looking at these entrepreneurs and talking with them, and I had the pleasure and privilege to get to talk with a few of them, and it was really interesting to have those conversations. They right away asked what I did, and really I gave them a little bit about myself, but I said, I have a couple questions for you. You're a funding source. You provide the seed capital, the Series A, the Series B funding for these companies. That's what you do, right? And they said, yes, absolutely. And I'd ask them, what industry are they looking for? And they would typically tell me, and they knew their deal size. And so we'd have those conversations. And then I said, I got one really important question for you. How do you know a good deal? And they all laughed. They said, well, if I knew that, if I had that answer, I'll tell you what, we'd be really, really rich. That crystal ball would answer all those questions for us. And I got that. I said, so what do you do? And they all had their own kind of proprietary due diligence process that they looked through. And that's great. And they said, but you know what we really look at? Obviously, if it's not a good idea, we're not interested. So we're looking for a good idea. But we're going to assume the deals get to be a good idea. And we're going to look, can they make money, or are they making money? And we're going to make sure that they can answer questions like, what problem does your product or service solve? That's kind of the ticket to even get in the conversation. So we assume that's kind of there. And once we've identified and vetted for those type of things, what we're going to spend our time on, what we really need to see is who are the entrepreneurs? Who's on the team? What's the management team look like? You know, they're asking questions like, is this person an entrepreneur? Do they have the identity to be successful? Do they have what it takes? Do they have the right stuff? Does their team have the right stuff? Do they exude an entrepreneurial spirit? Are they going to fight long after the excitement's gone? You know, that's what they were looking for. That's what they were asking questions and trying to understand. Does this team have what it takes to put together that entrepreneurial culture that's going to fight through those periods of deception and through those obstacles? That's what they're looking for. And that's what they were talking about. Yes, you have to have those other things in place, and it's really important. You know, I call those strategic things, tactical things. Yeah, they're going to have that in place. Their legal needs to be there. But at the end of the day, they're looking at entrepreneurs square in the eyes and saying, hey, is this the type of man or woman that we're going to be able to work alongside of, that we're going to be able to give constructive criticism to, that is going to be able to pivot when necessary, is going to fight long after it's no longer fun, and do what it takes to grow their company, and for them as the investors to ultimately create an exit opportunity that will hopefully create a return for them. So I found that super insightful and super valuable. It's easy for us to tell you what's needed, but when I'm talking to the funding sources, to the angels, to the VCs, and they're telling me, man, it was great to hear that. It was great to get a good understanding about that. So I want to thank you for taking the time to listen today, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Until then, continue doing what you're doing, focusing on being an entrepreneur, and continuing to fight the good fight. We look forward to seeing you soon.